Matt Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Welcome. We got a ton of stuff to tell you about today. And, of course, a brand new bingo card, which is pinned to the top of Pat Gray Unleashed right now. So you can download that and just play all week. And anytime you get a bingo, you give us a call at 888-900-3393 to claim your prize, which is $30 worth of merchandise from patgrayshop.com.
Yeah, once you get a bingo, yeah,
be the first to call. This week's bingo phrases and words: ruin a feel-good story.
Oh, we never do that on this show.
Okay, that's in the upper left. Then Keith with...
Oh, I got to have a fun fact. Okay.
Lovely this time of year. Al Sharpton with Chipotle.
I believe you have that.
I believe I do somewhere. I don't think I have it by itself, though.
Oh.
We'll have to look for that.
Okay.
Jeffy, I got it. Any calls yet, Ivan? That, of course, is from the original...
the shooter.
The shooter? Yes, the shooter. Yeah, you could say that. Especially since, he doesn't take any responsibility.
When can we take some calls, Ivan?
Yeah, whenever we want.
Do we have calls that are on there now?
No calls yet. No calls yet. What number do people call to get on the air, Ivan? Do we have that number? It's right there.
Do I have the call number in front of me? Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
That's interesting.
Interesting.
We have any calls yet there, Ivan?
Wow. That's what
hard to believe.
That's what a drowning man sounds like.
Yes. Then we got Jeffy. You know him, you love him. Turtles.
If turtles weren't so stupid, they wouldn't put straws
deserve to die.
Well, they are stupid. I think we've agreed on that, right?
I put it in my mouth. Straws don't belong there, but the turtles don't know why.
Yeah.
So maybe they all deserve to die.
It's beautiful. Isn't that lovely? Then we have right there guns. Talking about our guns being lost in a boating accident.
Oh, that's tragic.
Jeffy, maybe it's just me. Poopity scoop. Wow, that's we haven't had that for a long time. Have we?
Kanye West.
Yeah, Kanye. Let's see if actually he's just yay now. So.
Oh yes, you probably have it.
Whoopity scoop whoop poop poop diddy whoop scoop poop poop scoop diddy whoop.
I'm telling you though,
whoop diddy scoop.
Man would have made a better president than Joe Biden.
Yeah. I mean anybody. It's literally anybody.
Literally.
BlazeMedia.squiggly.
Yeah.
/_.
Oh, look at this. We just talked about her last week.
The Lumbee?
Yeah.
Yeah. Miss High Speed Internet. Her
name's Rhonda Locklear.
Her name's Rhonda Locklear.
Pembroke,
She's from
and I'm a
Pembroke.
member of the Lumbee tribe of
Right.
North Carolina.
Okay.
I have 2 children,
Children.
and like
We're doing the whole
mother,
thing.
I want the best for my boys.
No, I'm just going to get to the Jacob.
Jacob, my oldest.
Our oldest. You got Keith saying...
This is not going to end well.
Color bill is mentioned. That happened last Friday,
Yeah,
actually.
oh my gosh. Sorry,
Thursday
just
or Friday?
Muck and fudge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were a little premature on that.
Yeah.
Put that in your pipe.
Mm-hmm.
We're coming for your children. Oh, that's the song.
We're coming for
Happy Monday, yo.
for your children.
I'm going back to bed. Yeah.
And they really are.
Yeah.
They really are. That's the frightening part of it. Keith says...
I give up.
Foothills of the Himalayas. What is...
That's Joe Biden doing his... I don't think that's you.
What was this
I was
one?
with Xi Jinping. I've traveled with
Yeah.
17,000 miles and have spent more time with any other world leader over a total of, I think, and we're up to 90-some hours of talking or meeting together over the last 6-7 years.
And not speaking the same language.
And we're in the foothills of the Tibet.
The foothills of the Tibet.
I don't know.
America is a nation
there it
that can be
is.
defined
Is this
in a
it?
single word.
Yeah.
I was in the foothills of the Himalayas with
Boy, he
Xi
sucks.
Jinping.
He sucks.
Jeez. Manawa ni Arawa. Manawa ni Arawa. We have to do more than just Build Back Better. It's a Biden thing?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have that.
Okay.
I didn't. Oh, this is from, I didn't leave the Republican Party. The Republican Party left me.
Get Arlen Specter back from the grave. Good stuff.
Jeffy, first of all. And then, of course, the world-renowned, highly popular, ick.
Scientific term.
Uh-huh.
All right, so Pat Gray Bingo starts right now.
It starts right now. Since we're done with the card, because none of that counted, obviously. And so now it's on. It's on like Donkey Kong. 10th Russian general has been killed during fighting in the city of Izium in the northeastern region of Kharkiv. According to the Ukrainian military, Major General Andrei Simonov reportedly died after his command post came under artillery fire by Ukrainian forces on Saturday. The bombardment also took out more than 30 Russian armored vehicles, including tanks. Videos circulating on social media appeared to show the command post being hit by Grad rockets fired from a multiple launch rocket system. Wow. Presidential advisor Alexei Arestovich also said in an interview that some 100 Russian servicemen were also killed in the rocket attack. Wow. That is really something. They are losing generals and troops at a rate I don't know that we've ever seen on this planet. The rate at which the Kremlin is losing senior commanders appears to be setting new records. They're averaging about one a week. A general a week. And again, you might be wondering, why are the generals at the front lines here, vulnerable to attack like this? Why would you do this? And it's apparently because they need to go to the front lines to inspire the troops, because the troops' morale is so bad that I guess they're sending generals in to pick up their morale. And it's not working, supposedly. Also, Representative Adam Kinzinger yesterday said he has introduced a resolution to authorize U.S. military force if Russia uses chemical, biological, or nuclear weapons in Ukraine. Yeah, good for you, Adam. That's great. Get us involved in another stinking, nasty war. That'd be great. He calls the scenario a clear red line. He revealed on CBS Face the Nation he introduced the resolution, which, if passed by Congress, would give President Biden the authorization to allow the U.S. to help militarily. I don't think we need to be using force in Ukraine right now. I just introduced an AUMF, an authorization for the use of military force, giving the president basically congressional leverage for permission to use it if weapons of mass destruction, nuclear, biological, or chemical, are used in Ukraine. You okay with that?
They want us at war.
And it's a Republican.
And it's a Republican.
The Air Force veteran who twice served in Iraq said the authorization would provide Biden leverage while also serving as a deterrent to Russian President Vladimir Putin. I don't know. He seems like such a nut now. I don't know if that's a deterrent. The resolution wouldn't compel the president to use military force. It just says if weapons of mass destruction are used, he has that leverage. Okay. Gives him better flexibility.
All right. We're already funding them. How many? What are we up to now?
We're up to $4 billion, and they're proposing another $33 billion.
Right. So is Adam Kinzinger, is he not going to be happy until our young men and women are on the ground?
Until we're spilling blood.
Because we're literally in this war as it is. Pelosi goes over there this weekend and hangs out with Zelensky and thanks him for fighting for freedom. Basically, thanks for fighting our war for us. Oh, you're welcome. We're already at war.
Yeah, we're in a proxy war right now. He wants to take out the proxy part. It's crazy. It's just crazy. Prior to World War II, he said, there were moments nobody ever wanted to get involved and eventually came to realize they had to. So I guess that's what Kinzinger's hoping for now.
Okay.
I hope we don't get to that point here, but we should be ready if we do. Okay. All right. Jeez. Now, the mayor of Mariupol says that more citizens in his city have died in this Russian invasion than under 2 years of Nazi occupation. He says when the Nazis came to town and occupied it for 2 years during World War II, 10,000 citizens of Mariupol died. He says this time 20,000 have died at the hands of the Russian invasion. Wow. Yeah, and it's, 2 months, a little over 2 months instead of 2 years. That is really something else.
And they're just now getting out of that steel plant that they were locked down in. So,
and supposedly, wasn't Putin going to let them leave safely?
Yeah.
Without attacking them. We'll see. I guess so far so good. On Friday, there was a big tornado that ripped through Andor, Kansas.
Andover, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And this is what it looked like.
Yeah, a lot of amazing footage from this thing. I mean, look at that.
Oh my gosh, look at it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I mean, there were so many people.
You should be leaving, my friend, instead of saying, oh my gosh, and
oh my
recording it. I mean, that's amazing footage.
Oh my gosh.
This is what? Andover, Kansas?
Yeah.
And is that near Kansas City? Where is this? You don't know? I don't know either. Maybe somebody knows and they'll tell us.
Google will tell us. I'm going to ask it. It's near Wichita.
Oh my God.
Okay.
All you have to do is look at the map.
Thank you, Kamala.
Look at that.
Sorry, was that disrespectful calling her Kamala by her first name? I mean, there's so much footage on this thing.
Look at that.
And
we have other angles.
Amazing that no one died.
Yeah, that's
amazing.
Wow.
What else you get? Look at that. Look at that, dude. Look at that. I mean, that is
yikes.
Insanity. 165 mile an hour winds. Category EF3, I believe.
Jeez.
And just
look at it tearing things up.
Yeah.
That's really something.
There you go.
Very frightening.
Golly.
I don't know if there's anything more frightening than a tornado.
Yeah.
When it's in your area. Because
it's not like a hurricane where you can see it coming, you know?
Yeah. And you can, you have a lot of warning before a hurricane. Not necessarily with a tornado. I mean, they can start anywhere and just look at that.
Look how it just started up in the field and then boom. Game on.
Wow. It's really weird to see.
Nature, man. It's amazing.
It is amazing.
It sure is. And the thing about this is it was during the day. So many cell phones were around. It was just so clear because it's not got the rain wrap situation going. It's not at night. I mean, it was in prime position to be recorded. So
and it was.
And glad that people.
If it weren't for people living in these places, it'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah, just to see it out in the.
Yeah, but you're destroying people's homes and lives, and it's really, really tragic.
But the irony was there was 3 students from North Texas University up the road here in Denton who drove up there to the Kansas-Oklahoma border to chase these storms, and they were posting stuff on Twitter all weekend, and then they drove back and got in a wreck. It had nothing to do with the storms. Got in a wreck and are no longer with us after
really?
having chased all of those storms.
Geez.
Then the wreck ironically gets them.
Dang.
So
really sad
for their family. Just terrible.
Over the weekend we had the White House Press Correspondents Dinner.
Oh, good! I love it.
Jeez, I hate this thing. I've always hated this thing, but it's worse now than it's ever been. I hated it with Bush. I've hated it the whole time.
Well, Trump didn't do it. He's like,
thank goodness.
Are stupid, and we're not doing this.
Right, and he knew what would happen.
Mm-hmm.
They just tear him apart, and it wouldn't be a friendly kind of I'm tearing you apart.
Right.
But I guess they took some digs at Joe Biden a little bit. Trevor Noah did. And Trevor Noah. Ugh. Actually, Keith thought he was pretty funny.
Yeah, I've seen half of it. There's like a 30-minute routine. I've seen the first half of it. And, I mean, he
had some good lines.
He let everybody have it. One of the lines that I didn't have, Nate Poole, was where he is impersonating Barack Obama. And he turns to Joe and he's like, okay, that wasn't him. I was just doing the voice. Like, as in, you're a senile old man. You probably think Obama's in the room.
That's pretty good. I like that.
That's funny stuff.
I like that. Yeah. Here's some of the shots he took at Joe.
I think ever since you've come into office, things are really looking up. Gas is up, rent is up, food is up, everything.
That's funny.
It really has been.
Oh, that's funny.
You think that's funny, old man?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how to Because, I mean, it's a great line.
It's a good line.
But for Joe Biden, yeah, I don't know that he needs to be laughing, but I guess whatever.
Pisses me off.
Kinda...
Again, it pisses me off. Because what are you doing laughing at that?
Yeah.
First of all, he doesn't believe any of it is his fault. He's blamed everybody else possible. Everybody else under the sun. Putin price hike, it's Trump, it's Greg Abbott. I mean, you name it, he's blamed them. And so then you get together with this, I don't know, this disingenuous nonsense that they have every year, this ritual that they have with the stinking press. It's agonizing to me. It's agonizing. You're sitting there laughing about all of the problems that we have in this country that really aren't, they're not laughing matters. When you're talking about being the president of the United States and everybody sitting in that room has been contributing to this, it's just, I don't know. It just seems really sick to me, sick and twisted. This is how he closed out the evening, apparently.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you. Please be careful leaving tonight. We all know this administration doesn't handle evacuations well. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much.
That was... He threw that one out there really quick. Like, we all know this administration doesn't handle evacuations well. So, little reference to Afghanistan, which was really, again, not a laughing matter.
Right. I mean, it's nothing to laugh at anymore.
It's not.
That's the problem. The world sucks.
And Joe, of course, was awesome.
He spoke.
He's powerful.
I watched his whole thing. This is a nightmare.
Okay.
At the same time, a lot of people say the Republican Party is too extreme, too divisive, too controlled by one person. They say that's not your father's Republican Party. Ronald Reagan said, Mr. Gorbachev, tear this wall down.
No, he said.
Today's Republicans say, tear down Mickey Mouse's house. And pretty soon they'll be storming Cinderella's castle, you can be sure of it. The Republicans...
barely even got a laugh from the crowd. Barely a laugh.
He even blew the Reagan line.
Yeah, he did.
Tear this wall down.
Tear this down wall. Tear wall down this. He can't deliver a line. And again, he's looking right at it on the teleprompter. It's not like he's ad-libbing this stuff. He's not.
And he sucks so bad.
Oh, he's so bad. He's so bad.
Yeah, and you know, they had the crowd there, the big super spreader event, as you'll see, no one wearing a mask whatsoever. They're at the White House Correspondents. Oh, no, wait a minute. Oh, there is somebody in a mask. Can we zoom in and see who's wearing a mask? A server is wearing a mask. That's who's wearing a mask. Every one of these events. Every time. But look, nobody else is.
Right.
But yet, Jen Psaki says,
they said at the last big get-together in D.C., which was the Gridiron Dinner, which was a lot smaller than this, 10% of the people there got COVID.
Right. And don't forget, though, nobody wearing a mask there, but yet the administration has assured us that they're going back to court to make sure that you're wearing a mask on a plane. Screw you.
Hypocrisy is unbelievable. It's just really unbelievable. The other thing Biden did, he was joking about his low approval rating. Again, none of this stuff is funny because he is so bad. He is destroying this country so much and so quickly that it's just not a laughing matter when it's coming out of their mouths. It's just not funny. Does anybody really think, it's funny, you only got 42% approval rating? No, it's really not. No, he's down to 38 in some polls. It's a weird event, I'll tell you that. It's always been strange. I've never liked it, but it's worse now than I think it's ever been, by far. All right, let me tell you about Rough Greens. When you have a dog, you know that your dog is really part of your family, right? You want the best for it, and so you want the best nutrition you can possibly get for your dog. And when you're feeding him that dry kibble dog food stuff, just know that all the vitamins and minerals and probiotics and the living things in it that are good for your dog have all been sterilized out of it, just burned right out of it, killed within an inch of their lives, beyond an inch of their lives, actually. So Rough Greens puts back into it all of those vitamins and minerals, probiotics, antioxidants that your dog needs to be active and happy and healthy. Plus, they love this stuff. My dog absolutely loves rough greens. Most dogs really go crazy for it. But Rough Greens wants to be sure that your dog is going to love it before you make a real big commitment to buying it. So they're going to send you a free bag of Rough Greens for your dog to try out for a couple days. All you pay is shipping. Just go to roughgreens.com, ruffgreens.com, or call 833-783-3364.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Speaking of how unfunny and unpopular the Bidens are, get this.
Oh, no.
Jill Biden's biography was released. And no joke. I'm not joking.
I know.
Sold 250 copies.
Oh, my
its first week.
gosh.
250 copies.
You got to be trying.
Not 250,000. Not 250 million. 250. Period.
81 million votes.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, Twitter went wild with that. 81 million votes. Okay, and the First Lady sells 250 copies of her biography. What's wrong with this picture? Something doesn't add up there. Come on now. I mean, I don't know anybody who thinks Jill Biden is great or interesting or wants to read about her at all. But 250 copies? That's
you got to be
unimaginable.
You couldn't try.
No, you couldn't.
To sell that few books.
You couldn't. Jeez. I mean, Corby could sell more than 250 copies of his biography.
Oh, don't sell Corby short.
I mean, way more than 250 copies. Nobody knows who Corby is. We barely know Corby. Yeah. We look in there and we think, who's this guy again? I'd buy his book, though.
I guess.
I'd buy his book. I'd be interested in his autobiography.
What would your book be about, Corby? You know what? Chapter 1. Okay, Chapter 1 actually could be based on this week in Corby's life. Because Just Too Muck and Fudge has made a bingo card for Pat Gray Bingo that does not include any squares for Corby to participate. Okay?
What am I doing here?
None of these spots.
That's sad.
It is sad.
That's sad, Corby.
So is that Chapter 1, Corby?
Forgotten by Just Too Muck and Fudge.
That's a good title.
That is. Yeah.
You can have it.
All right. According to its description, Jill, a biography of the First Lady, is intended to, quote, reveal some private sides of Joe Biden. Okay. We come to better understand her personality, which has held the Biden family together through tragedy and good fortune alike, unquote. Mm-hmm. That's beautiful, isn't it? And look how people are rushing out to get it. Twitter reactions to the disappointing book sales had commentators asking how the First Lady to the most popular president in U.S. history could have such pathetic sales numbers.
Yeah.
This is especially telling considering the official numbers on the number of people who voted for Biden were 81 million votes in November 2020. 81 million votes, but Jill Biden's new biography only sold 250 total copies in 1 week. Yes. Comedian journalist Tim Young made that little note. The Blaze further reports that a new book is launching next week titled This Will Not Pass, Trump, Biden, and the Battle for America's Future. The book may be more popular than the authorized biography of the First Lady because it purportedly reveals that Jill Biden strongly objected to Kamala Harris being selected to run for vice president alongside Jill's husband. Huh. She strongly objected to Kamala Harris. I wonder why.
I don't know.
Jealousy there, maybe?
All I know, even with all these great selling points, like the behind-the-scenes stuff with Kamala, if I'm on an airplane and it's Dr. Jill's book in the seat back in front of me, or we're flying over an ocean, I'm staring out at the ocean the entire time.
Yeah, I'm not even reaching in front of me enough to grab it.
Yeah, maybe I use it to throw up in if I need to.
Here's one of their beautiful moments, though.
Oh, look at that.
As Joe will bend down here momentarily and pick up a dandelion.
There you go.
It's already gone to seed, by the way.
Here you go.
It's not the pretty yellow one.
That's for you. Make a wish.
Yeah, look, I got it. Don't you love it? What are you... do I get a kiss for that?
Hell no. Get away.
Okay.
Here.
And...
Yep. There it goes. Just dropped it behind the Marine.
Awesome.
That is one of the great moments of his presidency right there. And if that's in the book, I might be interested as to her thoughts as she dropped it on the ground and what she really thought of Joe giving it to her. She must have thought, what are you, 4? Stop it.
Yeah.
4 year? What are you, 4 years old? Seriously? You're giving me a dead dandelion?
There's nothing, I don't know what else in this world that I would put below that as far as reading material. Like, what would you read? Anything.
There's almost nothing I wouldn't read before
Thank you.
Jill Biden's biography.
See? That's
I couldn't care less about Jill Biden's biography. She's hideous, for one thing. I can't stand it. We've talked about why. I mean, she's as nasty a wife as can possibly be when she knows he's in serious trouble right now. She knows that. And she doesn't care. And she just pushes him forward. Just continues to push him along as he declines. And she knows he's declining. She knows better than anybody else the decline of Joe Biden cognitively. Mm-hmm. And she's just so in love with her place in the White House that she doesn't care.
Well, the service can't be beat. And she doesn't want to live without that.
Mm-hmm.
There in the old White House.
Yeah. Well, I can imagine you get great service, yeah,
right.
in the White House.
Yeah,
you
sure. You don't even have to tip them either.
No, that's right.
You know?
That's right. You're like staying in a 5-star hotel.
Right.
And you don't have to give tips.
Yeah, we're paying for it.
Nice.
It's like, just bill it to the American people. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Don't bill it to my room. Bill it to the American people.
Yeah.
And they're doing it. So.
Ooh, 250 copies. I mean,
that's incredible. Seriously, that's worse than I've ever seen from a major, source. From a person who everybody knows, from a major political person. 250 copies? I think the worst I've ever seen up until this point is maybe 2,500 or something along those lines. I don't know what Glenn sold of the last book in the first week, but it was number 1 on the New York Times bestselling list. So,
well, yeah, New York Times is.
Well, it wasn't New York Times because the New York Times
hate him.
I think they put him down at 3rd or something, even though his sales were about double the number 2 book. Yeah, well, we go by more than just sales. Really? Then why do you call it best-selling? Huh. Maybe you should rethink the name of that. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But best-selling seems like, I don't know, the one that sells the best, right? Anyway, Glenn's was probably, upwards of 100,000 the first week. Because he sold, I guess the equivalent he told us last week of about 2 million. And when you start at 250, period, 250, you're destined to maybe.
Well, she's got some ground to make up.
She might sell 1,000 altogether.
I mean, that was week 1. Corby, why don't you self-publish a book? Okay, get back to us, and I guarantee you we can promote it enough on this show.
I guarantee you'll sell more than 250.
You will absolutely sell more than the First Lady of the United States week 1.
Yep.
So you just start writing. I'll help you come up with some chapter ideas that are winners like the one I already gave you.
Yeah.
And we'll
promote the thing, and we'll make sure that you sell more than 250 copies.
Now, if you end up losing money on the whole deal because you printed up too many copies, that's on you. This is America, dude. You got to take care of yourself. Sorry.
And think about it now, because there are, you can buy it digitally now, which is so easy, so fast. It takes no time at all. In 5 seconds, you think, hey, that's right. The Joe Biden biography's out. And in 10 seconds, it's in your library.
Yeah, the title of your book is going to be 251 Chris Corby. Because that's the goal. Just selling 251 copies in week 1. You got it? All right, we're good on this.
Just to beat Joe Biden by whatever.
You can do this, Corby!
888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
On the Blaze Radio Network.
The Tyler Morgan tweets, I can only tolerate so much on a Monday morning. The We're Coming for Your Children song may have been a bridge too far.
Mm-hmm.
From Jitty with 2 Y's, traffic emails. Don't tell us, Kansans, how to deal with tornadoes. We'll deal with them as we always have. Watching them. All right?
Okay, be careful now.
Mm-hmm. Jimmy Dimples, sit through a tornado or the White House press corps dinner. For me, It's a coin toss.
Uh-huh. Boy, that's a good point.
It's about right. Meanwhile, Nina Jankowicz is set to become the first head of President Biden's newly announced Disinformation Governance Board.
Right. He's
Yay!
He's good.
Yay! Okay. But she was uncomfortable with the executive branch having that kind of power over free speech when another political party was in power.
Oh?
But I mean, this was ancient times.
Okay.
So it's understandable.
Times
it was
change.
the last president
Time.
back in, 2016 through 2020. I mean, how old were you?
Boy.
I think I was 4 to 8 years old at the time. Yeah, 4 to 8.
Wait, are you like 9 now?
No, that's how long ago this was.
Oh.
Keith,
Oh, I'm
don't you
sorry.
understand the concept?
Oh,
of
yeah.
How,
Yeah, my
how
bad.
old were you then?
It's Monday. I'm tired. Leave me alone. My bad.
A number of past comments, tweets, and videos of Jankowicz began to surface after it was announced that she was to lead the newest federal entity.
Oh, man, this is not going to end well.
This is one of the worst things I think I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
The Disinformation Board? Come on. The Disinformation Governance Board.
Yeah.
That should chill you to the bone.
Yeah.
Ron DeSantis called it the Ministry of Truth.
It's exactly what it is from 1984.
And that's exactly what it is.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's the Ministry of Truth. And who decides? Well, the government decides. They decide what's true and what isn't, what's disinformation, what can be heard, what can't be heard. It's really frightening.
Yep. Let's just...
So they're going to endeavor to counter the spread of false information. And those comments raised questions as to whether or not she would do so with equal measure without imposing her own political views.
Yeah.
Oh, of course she'll do that equally.
Does it offend the party? Period.
Can you imagine?
Oh.
She's... they're not going to be nonpartisan. How is that? They can't. They can't be. They're humans. And so they can't be non-biased. But perhaps the most eye-opening video of them all came from May of 2020 when she argued that the executive branch, then occupied by former President Donald Trump, should not have the power to determine what information was true and what was not.
What? This
Yeah.
is back when you were 4 years old.
Right.
What you're talking about. Okay.
Right. That's how long ago it was.
Wow.
So obviously
Ancient.
her opinions have changed since then.
Because, I mean, that's forever ago. Forever ago when
Right?
you were a kid.
Exactly. It really was. I freely admit it.
Oh, yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. I don't know that... What's worse? The fact that they're creating this little disinformation board or her singing, which I can't wait for you to see because you're going to love it. Because
All right.
a lot of times you don't get through clips because you're so enraged. I feel that these clips of her
They're
singing
gonna help?
are so bad that you're not going to get through them just because they're horrific.
Okay. Well, let's see.
This is,
Bothering is really quite ferocious. It's when a huckster takes some lies and makes them sound precocious by saying them in Congress or a mainstream outlet. So disinformation's origins are slightly less atrocious.
that's these little Mary Poppins.
It's how you hide a little lie. It's how you hide a little lie. It's how you hide a little lie.
It's embarrassing.
When Rudy
It is
Giuliani shared that intel from Ukraine.
Okay, I got it.
Or when TikTok
She's
Oh,
really...
you can't make it? See?
I can't.
Knew it.
No,
Can't make it.
I can't. And then there's another one. So she really thinks she's good, right?
Yeah. She wants to be powerful and rich.
I can do what she can do. So why is she rich, famous, and powerful? While I'm still stuck here singing Christmas songs for all of you. What does it take to be famous and powerful?
Okay, I got it. She's really bad. Really, really bad. And she just thinks she is the shiz. As my daughter would
nice.
say. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, she's the shiz.
Okay. And
You can tell she thinks that.
she's trying to be nice and powerful here with this appointment. That's going to be
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
this
going to be
is gonna be
perfect.
good stuff.
And, part of their excuse is, well, this is just like Trump was trying to do. This is just a continuation of Trump's program. First of all, I don't care if it is. I would have opposed this under Trump, too. They throw that out there trying to get Republicans on board. Well, it was Donald Trump's idea. Well, if Trump did it, then I love it. No. Sorry. It doesn't matter to me. Secondly, since when does the Biden administration continue Trump initiatives, continue Trump programs? What? All of a sudden now, you're all about programs that were started by Donald Trump when you've ended every other one? No. This is, never forget what Ron DeSantis has referred to this as, because that's what it is. It's the Ministry of Truth from 1984. The Ministry of Truth, where they try to teach you that 2 + 2 = 5. That's what they're going to do. That's what they're all about. And that's who this person is. She's, to think that she could absolutely be impartial is just preposterous. You know that's not going to happen. You know that when they're the ones deciding what is information, what's disinformation, it's always going to go against the right. In every single case, it's going to go against the right. This is not going to go well. We've got to say no to this. But it looks like they're hell-bent to do it. Looks like it's already pretty much done, in fact.
Yeah, but don't forget, it's the end of the world that Elon Musk is privately purchasing a private company.
Right.
That is insanity to them. But monitoring your speech, which, by the way, the FBI, we have a story about how they're spying, again, unlawful spying on Americans.
That's perfectly fine, though.
Yeah, it was...
that's fine. Don't worry about that.
How many warrantless searches? It was 3.4 million, maybe, just in Biden's first year of warrantless searches of Americans.
But only 3.4 million?
Only the 3.4 million.
That's hardly any. There's 330 million of us, so okay. What, they're doing 1% of the American people? Keith, I get a kick out of you.
Boy, the rule of law, man. That was a fun thing when we had it, right?
Oh, that was fun.
Gosh.
Yeah, for a while, but that it's old hat now. We don't need that. We don't need rule of law anymore. We need rule of men. And that's what we're getting. And women, of course, I should say, and women.
Thank you.
Like Jankowicz.
They can do good Mary Poppins parodies.
Yeah. Ooh.
I think the most embarrassing thing of that is that while she's singing, she reaches up to her monitor to move the lyrics down. You can see. I don't know if you caught that.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
Huh, that's great.
I would say play it again, but then we'd have to sit through the audio. And
we needn't. We needn't do it.
That's a non-starter.
Donald Trump gave us some excellent federal judges. Joe Biden is attempting to give us the opposite. Mm-hmm. Late last week, Senator Josh Hawley went after federal judicial nominee Nancy Abudu.
Mm-hmm. It's good stuff.
It's good stuff. Yeah. Here's what happened.
Let me ask you about the Southern Poverty Law Center more generally. What year did you join SPLC?
February 2021. I'm sorry, 2019.
2019 was the year that the SPLC paid $3.4 million in response to defamation lawsuits. 2019 was the year that Charity Watch gave your organization an F rating. The SPLC has been labeled by the left-wing policy journal Current Affairs as an outright fraud that uses willful deception designed to scare liberals into writing checks. The progressive journalist Alexander Cockburn said this about SPLC: I regard it, the Southern Poverty Law Center, collectively as one of the greatest frauds in American life. Liberal death penalty abolitionist Stephen Bright refused to accept an award named after the founder of the SPLC, saying in his words, the SPLC has long been run by a con man and a fraud. That's from a Harper's Magazine article. Also in 2019, SPLC employees told the press we were part of a con and we knew it. That's in a New Yorker article, not exactly a right-wing journal. Are you concerned by any of this record of the organization that you work for?
Senator, what I'm glad that I didn't hear in that litany is a complaint about the voting rights work that we've done, about the clients and the community.
Are you concerned that Charity Watch gave you an F, that you had to pay $3.4 million in response to defamation lawsuits, that you've been criticized, your organization's been criticized as a fraud and a con job, and that you work for an organization who says it's their goal in life to completely destroy their opponents? None of that gives you any pause.
Senator, again,
Senator, again.
my work with the Southern Poverty
Again.
Law Center
Senator.
has been to uphold the constitutional rights of individuals who without pro bono counsel would not be even able to have access to justice.
I have to tell you, I find your answers absolutely extraordinary. Absolutely extraordinary. I can't believe you've been nominated for this position. I can't believe that the President of the United States would nominate someone from this organization with this record. And I can't believe that you would sit here today and refuse to condemn this hateful, frankly, violent rhetoric from this organization with this record. It's astounding to me.
Sure is. Me too. Me too. But he keeps doing it.
Don't you love this timeline that we're living in?
Oh, it's great.
It's awesome.
It's really, 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 really great. Also, I mean, there's a lot of this going on. John Kennedy trying to hold Nusrat Choudhury's feet to the fire. Nusrat Choudhury is being nominated for a judicial position, and she is another radical.
All right.
In fact, you might remember she's the one who at, I think it was Princeton, said that she told the students there, every day a black person is killed by a police officer. Every day that happens, which of course is a wild and stupidly false claim. So Senator John Kennedy was grilling her about that statement.
This is a really simple question, Counselor. Do you believe that cops kill unarmed black men in America every single day? You said it at Princeton.
Senator, I said it in my role as an advocate.
Oh, okay. You didn't mean it.
Senator, I said it in my role as an advocate to make a rhetorical point.
So when you say something that's incorrect, it's okay to excuse it by saying, oh, I was being an advocate? What do you believe? Do you personally believe that cops kill unarmed black men every single day in America?
Senator, I believe law enforcement have an important and challenging job in this country.
That's not what you said, though, Counselor.
That's for sure.
Senator, I say before you here today that I do believe law enforcement have a difficult and challenging job, and I also understand the difference.
I just think that's an extraordinary statement to make, with no data to back up.
More than extraordinary.
None whatsoever. Mm-hmm. There's no basis for you saying that.
Right.
And you knew it then, and you know it now.
Mm-hmm.
How can one possibly believe that you're going to be unbiased on the federal bench?
Thank you.
Senator, I believe my record shows that I have worked collaboratively with law enforcement in Boston, Chicago, Mississippi, and Milwaukee to solve complex problems to promote constitutional, effective, and safe
Your record
policing.
shows that you believe cops are guilty until proven innocent. Your record shows that if a cop If a cop shoots a criminal, it's the cop's fault. And if a criminal shoots a cop, it's the gun's fault. Mm-hmm. I've read your record. Ms. Merle, and I don't appreciate you not answering the question straight up. I would respect you a lot more if you'd just tell us what you believe and not try to hide it.
Nice. And she didn't, of course.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, you're not making a rhetorical point. You're lying. It's a lie. You can't hide behind, oh, it's making a rhetorical point. No, you're lying to those people and firing up unstable people against the police in this country. Which is really clear because there were a record number of police officers ambushed in the last year. In the last 2 years, ever since this has been going on, with people like her making these outrageous statements that every single day a black man is shot and killed by a police officer. It's just garbage. It's a lie. And they know it's a lie. She knew it was a lie. But she was speaking as an advocate.
And
what?
It was rhetorical.
And it was a rhetorical point. Yeah, what do you mean it's what? A rhetorical point means you don't expect me to respond to it. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't be truthful when you're making the point. These Democrats get away with everything. Everything. It's really something else. It is really amazing. If you have the support of the mainstream media, you can say whatever you want, whenever you want, to whomever you want. Even if it's in a huge group of impressionable young people at Princeton, You can tell them outrageous lies that they then will take to heart and get all pissed off about and go out in the streets and who knows what they're going to do because of it. Who knows? That's just really, really reckless and really horrible. And she'd better not be confirmed. Wow. Meanwhile, Democrats promised to go after Clarence Thomas, and they are apparently making good on that promise. Last week, experts and lawmakers questioned how strict ethics rules should be for the Supreme Court justices, a topic that's gained importance recently with revelations that Ginny Thomas, the wife of Clarence, supported efforts to challenge the 2020 presidential election results. Now they're trying to pin that on him. But the discussion at a House subcommittee hearing largely split along party lines, of course. Republicans accused reform proponents of partisan and racial attacks against Justice Thomas. Democrats pointed to ethical lapses of justices appointed by both parties and the importance of the appearance of impartiality, in addition to impartiality as defined by law.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's a great exchange there between an attorney that is defending Clarence Thomas's honor and Representative, who was it? Hakeem Jeffries, I believe. A nice back
Hakeem
and forth
Jeffries.
there that I think you'll appreciate.
Yep. All right.
But we're not going to have time for it here.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, that's
Minute
right.
29.
Yeah, it's a little too long. We'll get to it on the other side, but the Democrats are amazing. They're amazing hypocrites through all of this stuff. Yeah, we'll show you the evidence of that coming up here in just a minute. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up. Some tweets here from Capt Sham. Tweets some of these hearings. This is kind of the way it goes. Senator, you're making sense and asking questions. Your time is up. That's pretty much how it goes right there.
That happens.
Frugal Father tweets, yes, let's combat misinformation. First, we'll start with men and women being able to become the opposite gender. Basic misinformation 101. Yep. Really good point. And somebody changed their Twitter handle to I bought Kexi cookies for Mother's Day.
Oh.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice. And you can still buy them for Mother's Day. Now, we can't guarantee by delivery by Mother's Day, but they might get there by Mother's Day.
6 days away.
Yeah, that's how things are going, though, right now. You can't guarantee it, but they might get there by then. And you get those lemon cookies and the mint chocolate chip. Oh, it's so delicious.
But seriously,
Kexi.com, by the way.
It snuck up on us this year.
It really did.
How did Mother's Day...
Usually Mother's Day seems like it's around the 14th or 15th,
all
right?
So is it the second Sunday of the month? And since it's the earliest it could possibly be, all right, fine.
Indeed, yes. It's like Easter. It's the first full moon following spring solstice.
Okay.
And that's why it was so late this year. All right, so I bought Kexi cookies for Mother's Day tweets.
Okay.
Can we have a game where Pat heads guess how long Pat can make it through a really bad video?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we should do that.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah. From Rants Out Loud, America is being dismantled with show tunes and jazz hands. Yeah. We're talking about Democrats promising to go after Clarence Thomas and delivering on that. And last week they were questioning the ethics rules of the Supreme Court justices and blah, blah, blah. Here's a moment between Representative Hakeem Jeffries and Attorney Mark, I don't know. Pelota?
Yeah, that sounds
Mark
right.
Pelota?
Sure.
Anyway, check this out.
Mr. Paoletta, you've echoed a similar sentiment. I think your quote is, many on the left hate Justice Thomas because he is a black conservative who has never bowed to those who demand that he must think a certain way because of the color of his skin. What evidence do you have to support that?
Are you serious?
Incendiary charge.
Pause it for a second. Are you seriously asking that question?
So do you think
I'm sorry.
he will be able to answer this question?
I hope so. I hope so.
Oh, he can.
Okay, good.
And he does.
All right, let's see.
With some ammunition left over.
When Chairman Benny Thompson calls him an Uncle Tom because of his views on voter ID
Thank
and
you.
affirmative action, when in fact more black Americans support voter ID and with respect to affirmative action in college education, they're 62% opposed to it. So that is the most vile, disgusting thing you can say. And so yes, that's the evidence. That's the evidence I just gave you.
Reclaiming my time.
Yes.
There are a lot of vile, disgusting things that can be
Well, you just
said.
asked me for an example.
The notion that is,
right,
when some members on this side of the aisle and others have been called the N-word throughout different points of our life, belies the point that you have a particular bias. And it's an overstatement, which is not surprising when you look at the balance of your testimony. And if Chairman Benny Thompson has an observation to make, he's entitled to free speech. You apparently believe that Jenny Thomas, regardless of how many conflicts she has, is entitled to her own political opinions as well.
Can I give you another example?
No.
No.
Let me go to...
No.
So he asked the question.
Yep.
Didn't like the answer because the guy had an answer for him, and then wouldn't let him give more examples.
Yep.
That's unbelievable. That is really unbelievable. Oh, it's agonizing. These Democrats are just despicable. Despicable. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Twitter was a fun place over the weekend. You had Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez tweeting, I guess, about Elon Musk. She said, tired of having to collectively stress about what explosion of hate crimes is happening because some billionaire with an ego problem unilaterally controls a massive communication platform and skews it because Tucker Carlson or Peter Thiel took him to dinner and made him feel special. Elon Musk tweeted back, yeah, stop hitting on me. I'm really shy. AOC tweets back, I was talking about Zuckerberg, but okay.
Just gut check. Stop.
And then she deleted her tweets.
She deleted the Zuckerberg tweet.
She got her ass kicked. That's why. And Musk tweeted this out to explain where he is politically. This was last week.
Yeah, we didn't get to it.
Towards the end of the week, we didn't get to it. But look at this chart that he tweeted out. He talks about being left of center. Yeah, my fellow liberal, a little bit left of him. So you see him left, and then there's me. There's the center. This is 2008. And there's a conservative way over on the right. In 2012... my fellow liberal running faster to the left. Meanwhile, Elon's closer to the very, very close to the center, and then you got the conservative far to the right. Yep. Then it's 2022, and you got your woke progressive screaming bigot. Then you have the center, and then right of center, you have Elon Musk. And then the conservative is a little further right.
I'd like to point out that the conservative has not budged at any point in this process.
Right.
It's Elon Musk and the left.
That's really good. And that is actually my perception of him. So I think that was a pretty accurate depiction of where he stands and where he's been over the years. A really sad event over the weekend. Naomi Judd committed suicide at age 76. And it was one day before her induction into the Country Music Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
That's sad. That's, man. She and Winona, as the Judds, were going to be inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame. And so apparently Winona and Ashley issued a statement saying they lost their mom to the disease of mental illness. I guess she had pretty severe depression. And so she'd actually spoken about it on a number of occasions. And I guess was on the upswing, and then who knows what happened, and then she was apparently, obviously not on an upswing anymore. But she spoke about it on several talk shows about how her dealing with depression. So it is really tough, and then there's so much of it going around, so much depression, and it leaves you wondering, what can you do for your loved ones?
Got to talk to them. Find out what they're thinking.
Yep. You got to stay in touch at all times. There are some treatments, too. She talked about electric shock. There is that. There is, what is it called? It's a drug that is used for recreationally, but it's also being used for mental illness. And it just flew out of my head. But there are a lot of alternate treatments now. A lot of different things that you can try if just the normal antidepressants are not working. But really sad that we lost Naomi Judd like that. They had just recently performed at the Country Music Awards, too, on April 11th.
Wow.
April 11th. Gosh, it's just really
Turn
something.
on a dime with that mental stuff.
Yep. Dinesh D'Souza's 2,000 Mules is coming out.
Boy, I want to see this badly.
It's his new documentary. Talks about the ballot trafficking. It's his expose. Apparently has a lot of evidence.
Yeah.
Will it get a fair hearing in the court of public opinion? We'll see. Usually his stuff doesn't. So it wouldn't surprise me if nobody pays any attention to it at all.
Yeah, we played the trailer. It was damning back when we played that a few months ago. And I can't wait to see the actual movie itself. But yeah, you've got geo-tracking and all sorts of good stuff that they lean on for this.
By the way, it just occurred to me it's ketamine. Yeah, it's ketamine. If you have a loved one who is really depressed, ask their doctor about ketamine because it has helped people I know a great deal. But this conservative filmmaker leaned on free speech-friendly platforms like Rumble and Locals.com to ensure his provocative challenge to election integrity got a fair hearing. Is it a fair hearing, though, if it's only heard on Rumble and Locals.com? I don't know. But it may be the most convincing and explosive evidence the 2020 presidential election wasn't as fair as we've been told.
No, not my America.
Right? We're essentially keeping our boat away from the reef of censorship, D'Souza says, of his big tech strategy. It's at a high price. This is the most censored topic in America.
Yeah.
2,000 Mules enjoys a limited theatrical release. It comes out today and on the 4th before a virtual premiere on May 7th. So I guess it's limited theatrical release today and Wednesday, and then the wide release, Friday? You won't find much about it, though, via D'Souza's Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube channels, despite his large followings on each.
Yeah.
I didn't put the trailer up on Facebook, he says. If I do, it'll be banned.
Yeah, you'll kick him right off the platform.
He's hopeful, however, that 2,000 Mules can thrive in a new, freer speech environment on Twitter following its recent purchase by Elon Musk.
I don't know, man.
That's not finalized yet.
Yeah, well, not only that, but there's still evidence that plenty of people are still being shadow banned, and it's work in progress.
Calling Musk's Twitter a liberated form evoking Eastern Europe after the fall of the Berlin Wall, he says, I feel the excitement. Yeah, but it's a little premature. D'Souza's film leans heavily on geo-tracking data from cell phones and video collected by security cameras to show hundreds of mules who stuffed ballot boxes at odd hours of the day in critical swing states during the 2020 election cycle.
And Judy, these aren't four-legged creatures that are roaming around the countryside on election night or the days leading up to it, dropping ballots in boxes. They're just called, a little hyperbolic, mules because they're carrying these ballots to their people. Okay, Judy? Just had to clarify.
Thank you for the clarification for Judy.
Well, you're welcome.
These mules traveled from box to box between visits to nonprofit groups in their elaborate journeys in the weeks approaching Election Day. D'Souza's film doesn't share the names of these groups for legal reasons, he says. Some mules came from states outside the polling places in question. Others visited more than 10 different nonprofits before their work days were done.
Oh, sounds legit.
They often toiled late at night, took pictures of themselves dropping off fistfuls of ballots, possibly to prove to their benefactors they performed the task in question. Others are shown wearing blue surgical-style gloves while dropping off the envelopes, only to dispose of them seconds later. This is going to be fascinating.
Yeah, it's going to be good stuff, right? And it's going.
I'm looking forward to it.
And what it's going to do is it's going to just solidify in our minds that it was obviously a complete, fair, and
free
legit election.
Yeah,
and
a fair, free, and legitimate
you're going to walk away
American
from
election.
This being able to tell your kids that, no, we do things right here in America.
I'm sure that'll be the point of the movie. Yeah,
That's what you'll take
I'm pretty
away.
sure you're right, Keith. So that'll be good. All right, let me tell you about real estate agents I trust. You can trust this process because this is Glenn's company, and he and his team fully vetted these realtors to make sure that they do this full time, that they're really committed to their craft, and that they're really successful at what they do, so that they can be successful for you. Because if you go to somebody who just does it for, a hobby on weekends, a little extra cash on the weekend, and they don't know what they're doing, you're going to wind up not selling your home in a short amount of time for the most amount of money. But at Real Estate Agents I Trust, you're going to get the best people to work for you and be able to buy the most house for your money or sell your house quickly and for the most amount of money. And get the really good expert advice on whether or not you should repaint or redo countertops, do some remodeling. Will you get the money out of that project or not? That's where a really good realtor comes in. realestateagentsitrust.com. The name really says it all. realestateagentsitrust.com.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Welcome. Great to have you with us. Starting the week together and knowing we've got a full week ahead.
Right?
Love it.
Right?
Don't you love it?
Oh,
love
my
it.
Goodness.
It goes by so fast. It will blink and it'll be Friday morning. Even Netflix's in-house members of the royal family are not immune to a wave of cutbacks going on as the streamer recalibrates after a precipitous stock drop incurred after a drop in subscribers. So they lost, 200,000? Yeah, I think 200,000 subscribers in the last quarter. Netflix has quietly dropped Pearl, the working title of an animated series that was created by Meghan Markle. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
No, don't say that. Don't say you dropped Meghan Markle.
That's instant sadness.
They did, though. They did.
Shoot.
Through Archwell Productions, the shingle of the Duchess of Sussex and Prince Harry set up at Netflix in the fall of 2020 to create scripted series, docuseries, documentaries, features, and children's programming. Pearl was to be Archwell's first animated series, and they dropped it.
I mean, I hate to go full Barack Obama on you here, but I mean, you obviously have too much money if you're hiring the royals to do a cartoon at your company.
Thank you. Yes, because what is their experience with that? Okay, so you're telling me that Meghan Markle, well, Meghan's an actress.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, fair.
Maybe that's legit. Maybe
All right.
she can. She's got a little, she's got some.
But I mean, it's like they're looking for stuff to spend money on.
Yes, it is.
And now
Yes,
it's kind of brought them down to earth a little bit.
Right. Pearl, which Markle executive produced with David Furnish, was announced with fanfare last summer, described as a family series that centers on the adventures of a 12-year-old girl who finds inspiration in a variety of influential women throughout history. At the time, Markle said, like many girls her age, our heroine Pearl is on a journey of self-discovery as she tries to overcome life's daily challenges. I'm thrilled that Archwell Productions partnered with the powerhouse platform of Netflix, and these incredible producers will together bring you this new animated series. No, they won't. Which celebrates extraordinary women throughout history. Yeah, we're not going to do that anymore. Sorry.
Powerhouse no more.
Nope. Netflix scratched 2 other kids' animated series last week, too.
Wait, what else?
Dino Daycare from Ada Twist.
What?
Scientist executive producer Chris Nee, and the South Asian-inspired adventure Boons and Curses.
What?
Yeah, we're not going to see that one. Dang, I was counting on that.
Dino Daycare and
Boons and Curses.
Curses?
Which I was really looking forward to.
I had already set my
had you?
DV account thing was already set up to
to record.
I could watch them.
Can you record Netflix? Because I don't know how to do that. If you can,
yeah, I'll get back to you.
Okay.
So that's I
don't think you need to because they're always just there.
I got it. I mean,
so
it kind of goes back to your how old you were thing.
It
Must
does,
we explain ourselves to each other?
Apparently, yes. Yes, apparently.
So that's wow.
That's sad.
And you know what
is
that
what
shows?
it is.
I'll
Keith,
tell you what that
is
shows.
Sad.
That shows that you actually do have power over these companies. That shows that your dollar actually does matter because look at all these in-house changes they're having to scramble now because all of a sudden they lost almost 200,000. And
that's, in the scope of overall subscribers, that's not that many. Mm-hmm. When you consider that worldwide they have, 220 million?
Are their margins that thin?
It must be.
Wow.
They must. Word in town is that even before recent events, Netflix had been telling producers to take some development projects elsewhere after those producers had been given indication they were priorities. Okay, so first they're priorities. Now, hey, you know what? Maybe you take that to Amazon. I bet they'd love what you got. I bet they'd love it.
It's not you.
It's us. Yeah, it's us.
Over 214 million global paid memberships.
Yeah, I knew it was over 200 million. It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot.
So you're right in the big picture of things.
200,000 is nothing.
Wow. Huh.
Clearly, Netflix's inordinately high content spend is being reevaluated.
Right.
So that's one of their problems.
Mm-hmm.
They spend way too much for these producers, for these actors, for these directors, for these projects.
Yeah.
Like who was it? What was it? The guy that they just gave $300 million to, and he hasn't produced anything that really hit hard for him.
Ryan Murphy?
Yes, it's Ryan Murphy.
Wow.
Indeed. Yeah.
And this is
I think they're even reevaluating like Ryan Murphy. And his contributions.
Because when I Googled, an article from June of last year came up, and in the headline is like, maybe they should ask for a refund.
Yeah.
This was a year ago.
Yeah. And it's worse now.
I don't even know who he is. I mean, I'm sure I'd recognize his stuff. Maybe.
Big Hollywood producer, director type.
When you make quality content that is geared toward your groomer audience, like cuties,
right?
Then you better be prepared to suffer the consequences.
And that's why I don't have a Netflix subscription.
That don't want to be exposed to that crap.
Yep. I loved Netflix. I didn't want to get rid of it, but I couldn't, in good conscience, keep it because cuties. And they made no apologies for it. They didn't try to fix it. They didn't placate anybody. They just stuck to it. Okay, well, that's your decision then. I guess that's your decision. The child porn is too important to you, so good luck with that.
Now, I didn't realize that the trade-off, tragically at the time, I didn't realize it was going to be, I'm going to miss out on my Dino daycare cartoon.
Right.
And my Boons and the other...
Boons and curses. Yeah.
Yeah. And if I had thought this through...
then you'd still be with it. Well, you know what? You could re-up on them.
Yeah, but now it may be too late to save those cartoons from the royal family that I seriously wanted.
It is.
As a part of my life.
Didn't we just hear they dropped some of the Obama stuff too?
Oh, they're done.
They did. The Obamas and Netflix are done, aren't they?
Wait, Spotify and Obamas are done.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Obama, Netflix. I have no idea where we stand on them because I can't stand them.
Yeah, maybe it was Spotify.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah, because Netflix actually hired him. It looks like let's see.
Obama?
Yeah, let's see. Former President Barack Obama now has his own Netflix show. This is 2 weeks ago.
What is it?
I think it's an environmental thing we saw a trailer for.
Oh yeah.
Where they drop him out in the middle of nowhere
and just leave him.
Please,
don't come back.
Here's a camera,
for him.
Barack. You can.
Here's a camera and a 2 week supply of food. See ya.
What say we meet here in about
a year,
6-8 years from now, and we'll see what kind of footage you've collected for us out here.
Yeah, I mean, you're so superhuman. You can no doubt survive out here in the wilderness, right?
Yes. Now's your chance to prove it.
Show us. It'd be great.
Now that's a show I would actually watch. Just Obama doing just selfies, walking around, and we don't tell him where he is, and he's got to find his way to a payphone.
That'd be great.
Netflix, make it happen.
That is a good theory for a fabulous program.
Oh, I like
I'd
this.
watch it.
Let's do it.
The whole first season I'd watch.
I would watch every second of it.
More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
Pat Gray returns on the Blaze Radio Network.
Welcome. Just heard a Mark Levin promo where he was talking about if the Republicans regain the majority in Congress, and he's hopeful that they'll impeach Joe Biden. Anybody have any confidence in the Republican Party to do that? I don't think they have the giblets to even suggest it. Even though, if anybody should be impeached, it's this guy. But they won't. Yeah, they won't. 888-900-3393. Here we go again. Pat Gray, overtime. Last week, we were discussing the many, many suspicious fires at food plants, at the food processing plants. There's been another one. I think there have been 18 or 19, 20 maybe in the last year. And now a fire took place at Purdue Farms facility in the South Norfolk area of Chesapeake Saturday night. Firefighters got a call at 501 Barnes Road, 8:41 p.m. after a plant operator at Purdue acknowledged and verified a fire at the location. All employees from the area were evacuated. Apparently nobody hurt.
Yeah.
But when crews arrived, they found a large soybean processing tank with flames coming out the top of it. Firefighters climbed the multiple flights of stairs using multiple hose lines to battle the fire. Soybean products must now be removed from the tank to verify the fire is completely extinguished. Why is this happening? Who's doing this?
I don't know. It's just, look, it's just another isolated
That's
incident.
all it is.
That's all it is.
Come on.
Come on.
Don't blow this out of proportion. So 21 food processing plants have been set on fire.
Fires.
So what?
Fires happen. I mean, that's
They
just
happen.
a part of life. Am I right?
You're right. And Keith, when you're right, you're right.
And Bill Gates is buying up farmland. I mean,
right.
I don't even know why I brought that up.
I don't either. That's a weird, just non sequitur.
It's my New World Order Tourette's kicking in.
Oh, wow. I hate that. I hate when that happens. Dang. Also, we know the groomers are all over the place, and they don't want parents involved in the lives of their kids. Here's a new cartoon from the Trevor Project.
Oh, I love the Trevor Project. They're so good.
Aimed at kids. Aren't they, though? Let's see. Do we have that there? There it is. So one kid says to the other kid, as they've got the computers open, and that's why it's been so hard to be at home lately.
Oh, no. What's wrong, bro?
Have you considered texting the Trevor Project about it?
Oh
I
helpful.
can't. My parents, they check all my texts. Hey, no worries. You can also chat with them online at trevorchat.org.
Oh, trevorchat.org.
Right.
Oh, okay.
They have a quick exit feature.
Uh-oh.
If you hit the escape button 3 times, it quits and erases your browser history.
Oh, nice. Wait, what's this?
Yeah!
Is it kind of like you're watching the... Oh, here we are. Thank you for this. So... That's like when you're watching the NCAA tournament at work, and you can just quickly exit out, and then your boss is like, "Oh, that's a good-looking spreadsheet there, Malinak." And so that's what they're saying here is your parents walk by, and it not only hides it, but deletes
your history.
What is... They
That's great,
absolutely
right?
are coming for your kids, separate you from your parents.
Yep.
Like, what?
Yep.
I give up.
We're coming for your children. They even sang about it and then tried to pass it off as, oh, come on, don't be so sensitive. We're funning with you a little bit there. No.
You've got to.
No.
And I'm not talking about being a helicopter parent. You've got to watch your children like a hawk. You got to know what they're doing, who they're with, what's happening in their lives. You got to talk to them, man. You can't just let the day go on and go right by and not touch base and see what is happening in their lives. Because I'll tell you what's going to happen in their lives. The Trevor Project chat feature is going to be happening in their lives when you're not looking. And God knows what is happening there. Oh, gosh. Don't.
Yeah, and, we've talked so many times for so many years about having the computer in common areas and not in their bedrooms by themselves where you don't know what they're doing. It's really important.
Yeah, and you know what you do?
Good safety tip.
You know what you do? And even if you have to go home and rearrange the furniture in your child's room today, you make it so that their desk or wherever it is they sit with their laptop open is open facing the door. And you know what? When you're on it, the bedroom door stays open.
And if they don't, if they keep it shut and locked,
then it's my laptop.
You remove the door.
Oh, you could do that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Remove the door. Mm-hmm. Another little safety tip there for you.
And let's just say in your hypothetical scenario, your kid says, "Yeah, but what if my bird's flying around the room?" Again, oddly specific, hypothetical here.
Mm-hmm.
Then you say, "Oh, well, then I guess you're not on your computer when the bird's flying around your room. Now, are you?" And that's how that conversation, hypothetically, non-specific, goes.
That is a weirdly specific scenario.
But
there.
when I'm doing my work on my computer, that's when my hypothetical bird flies around the room.
Oh, really?
Well, figure it out, because it doesn't involve an open door and a bird at the same time.
Or the hypothetical bird flies out the door and, whoa.
Whoa.
Somebody hits it with a baseball bat.
No. Come on. No, we like this.
I meant accidentally.
Yeah, we like this hypothetical bird.
Oh, we like the bird?
He's kind of cute.
Okay.
You know, he's all blue and white.
Baseball bat thing's a bad idea then?
That's not nice at all.
Yeah.
And you may or may not have a couple of dogs around the house that don't want, that are just waiting for the opportunity.
Oh, they would eat the bird?
Oh.
Yeah, in a heartbeat.
I mean, they would. They'd play with it less than gently. I don't know if they would outright eat it.
Okay.
But again, this is all
weird.
A hypothetical
Weirdly
scenario
hypothetical.
that may or may not apply to your family.
Mm-hmm. All right. Got this tweet from Carl Smith. I guess if I get flagged by the new Ministry of Truth for spreading misinformation, I'll just say I was speaking rhetorically.
Oh, yes!
Yes!
Just like from the hearing clip we had earlier.
Yep. Nusrat Choudhury got away with it.
Mm-hmm.
Why not you? Sarah the Roma, I absolutely hate when they yell out, reclaiming my time. Let the person speak. They just sound like children. Yeah, when you ask the question, it's being answered, and then you start screaming, reclaiming my time, reclaiming my time. Yeah, shut your fat mouth. Okay?
Thank you.
Let them answer the question. Parts Guy 22 tweets, if you look closer at the Musk tweet, the conservative doesn't move, neither does Elon.
Oh. I didn't
Only
notice
the
that.
left and center move further left.
Can we see that again, Rob? That.
All right.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, okay. I guess what's considered center moves left. Yeah, Elon, the little stick figure in the middle, doesn't move. I like it.
That is interesting.
Yes.
Huh.
Yes. There you go.
And so true. I mean, they'll deny it. The leftists always deny it. And they keep saying, I'm really getting irritated by this. Well, we all know the right is so extreme now.
Totally.
They've gotten so extreme. Has it? Really? Because, again, everything looks extreme right when you're sitting around with the communists. Then you look the other way and you think, wow, yeah, they're way out there. Look how extreme they are. Ian Miles Chong is prolific on Twitter. He monitors the culture wars.
Oh, yeah, he does.
I'm not sure where he got these, but last week he tweeted out some new pronouns that apparently just dropped.
Yeah, I still
I'm
don't know
excited
the
about
source
this.
of this, but he's given us a heads up for sure.
We don't know where he found it, but it is quite an extensive list. So it's not just he, him, she, hers, they, them.
Oh, that is so old school, man.
So yesterday.
Keep your theys out of this list, because that's old.
So now, if we could show the list, starts with A-E. A-E laughed. I kissed A.
No, you didn't.
And how do you pronounce that? Do we know?
I have no idea, and I'm not even going to take a moment to learn.
Then there's A-Y, which I would say I laughed. I kissed I. Eyes head hurts.
Okay.
That's eyes.
I give up, man.
You got C-O. Co laughed.
No.
I kissed
no,
Co.
No, I didn't kiss Co.
Co's head hurts.
Co's head hurts.
Then just E, E-M, or M, and E-I-R.
No, we're done.
Perhaps with an S.
No, we're done.
Ires. Well, where are these coming from?
Hell.
And then it shows you how to use them.
Yeah.
The nominative, the accusative, possessive, and reflexive. You get all the usages.
I mean,
out
this
of
is
them.
insanity.
Then you got EMS, E-S.
No.
Het, ts.
No.
N-R-S. E-N-E-N-E-N-S. Et, like et cetera.
But
that's being used as a pronoun now?
Yeah. I guarantee you out there, libs of TikTok has probably pulled a video
Gosh, darn it.
of somebody going through this list and explaining. Now, if I am a Thon, then I would say I kissed Thon or Thon kissed me. Oh, can't.
12, 14, 16,
Too many.
18, 20,
Too
22,
many.
24. So
Niner.
about 45 to 48 new pronouns.
That's good.
that you
So we're
can
up
use.
to 9,733, I believe now. Is that right? Total?
I don't
Yeah, I
know.
think we're almost at the 10,000 personal pronoun mark.
Again, for some reason, we have to accommodate them. Totally and completely and without question.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have to accommodate us? No. And our sensibilities? Not at all. They don't even have to consider it. Huh. That's interesting. Because who's the majority here? I thought we were a democracy. Isn't that what they always call us?
Oh, yeah.
We're a democracy. Well, democracy is majority rule. So stop with this nonsense.
Good point.
If you want to be a democracy, let's be a democracy and tell the minorities to shut up. I mean, we don't want to discriminate against them.
Yeah.
We don't want to be hurtful to them. We want them to have jobs and all of that stuff.
Uh-huh.
But this is way too far.
But
We've gone way too far now.
We do want them to shut up.
Yeah, shut up for a while.
Stop.
Okay?
Please.
Let me tell you about Omega XL. We have 360 joints from our necks down each vertebrae in our backs to our arms, hips, knees, and feet. And they take a beating with daily activity and with aging, of course. So that's why your joints hurt constantly and ruin your sleep from time to time. Well, I take Omega XL because of the science. When we're young, our bodies produce SPMs, which are nature's way of keeping joints healthy. As we age, though, we don't produce enough SPMs. Omega XL can restore your SPMs and rejuvenate joints and muscles so you move like you could when you were younger. Go to omegaxl.com/Pat, order your first bottle, and they'll get you a second one for free. So you buy one, you get one free, 50% off deal. 800-844-4888 is their number, or omegaxl.com/Pat.
Pat Gray, Unleashed.
And more accommodation, of course. Doesn't matter how freaky, how bizarre, how perverted, how weird any of this is, we just have to shut up and take it. Akihiko Kondo from Japan has married Hatsune Miku.
Okay,
I want to get that right.
Right, this character is apparently very famous because
Hatsune
Rob down the hall
Miku?
was telling me, how do you pronounce this this cartoon? Hatsume Miko. Did I get it?
Hatsune Miku?
I don't know.
Whatever. We don't really care that
I'm
much.
giving up now.
This has spent way too much time on this stupid name.
So anyway,
because I mean, it's a fictional computer synthesized pop singer
to you
who's been on tour with Lady Gaga.
What? Wait, what? Help me. Help.
Is that a real thing?
Help me.
But has said none of his family turned up to his wedding.
What? Oh no.
Yeah, Akihiko Kondo from Japan.
Oh,
and
no.
there's the fictional character.
Okay, you are a loser.
She's quite lovely though. The blue hair.
Oh, you're going with lovely?
Which matches the tie. I think that's really cool.
Oh yeah, that's a good look.
That's a good look.
The hair and the oh no, what is happening?
So
now she's eating. Look at this.
What he did was marry her.
No, you didn't.
A fictional computer synthesized pop singer.
No.
Who's been on tour with Lady Gaga.
No, there's someone who didn't get his ass kicked when he was a kid. That's what happened. Oh my gosh. Oh no.
Yeah, he's got an imaginary friend.
No,
who's
he's got an
really
imaginary
kind of real because
wife.
not just a friend.
I mean, that's his
They're beyond
wife. I mean,
friends
you
now.
need to show some respect.
Now he did this. He married her quite a while ago, right?
Sure.
Yes, he did. Okay. He and his wife Miku they'd been in a relationship for 10 years before they got married in an unofficial wedding ceremony back in 2018.
Okay, so we shouldn't poo-poo this.
No,
this has been
no.
This has been
It's
time-tested,
an
and they're built to last. These two.
Yes. This is a beautiful love. This
Right.
is a romantic.
So are we now revisiting
story.
the story only because it's taken society this long to come up with a name to describe this freak of nature?
It's fictosexual. now.
Fictosexual.
If
as
you
in
have
fake.
this thing where you marry a cartoon character or a fictional character,
Right.
you're fictosexual.
I'm surprised it took society this long to come up with a name for this
Me too.
Disorder.
38-year-old Akahiko has said that his relationship with Hatsune has pulled him out of depression, but he also acknowledges, get this,
what?
Some people find it strange.
Yeah.
Only the haters. Come on. Akahiko, may I call you Ak?
Fun fact, you are strange.
What?
God.
He acknowledges that some people find it strange. If every single living human other than him on this planet don't find it strange, we've radically gone awry.
Help.
He knows that his wife, generally depicted in popular media as a 16-year-old with long neon blue hair, is not real. But he says his feelings for her are.
Yeah, and don't ruin a feel-good story here, Pat.
I shan't.
Because the man is in love with something that doesn't exist.
I can't abide mocking this.
Yeah.
Or
feels like we're ruining it.
Ruining it.
Yeah, sorry. I'll try to be.
Thousands of people in Japan have entered into unofficial relationships with fictional characters.
Oh, no.
While some of those relationships are for a laugh, Mr. Kondo has said that he has known for a long time that he did not want a human partner.
See?
Okay?
Bro.
This is because he has always felt an intense and even to himself inexplicable attraction to fictional characters. Mr. Kondo has admitted that he found it difficult at first to accept his feelings. He says that he sees himself as part of a growing movement of people who identify as fictosexuals.
Mentally disturbed. I believe you said it wrong. Mentally ill.
No, this is perfectly natural.
Oh, okay.
What are you talking about?
I can't wait to see what their kids look like.
Mr. Kondo first found comfort in his fictional wife back in 2008 after bullying in work sent him into a depression.
Oh, see, it's somebody else's fault.
So somebody bullied him.
I see.
See what happened there? So Mr. Kondo invited his family and co-workers to his wedding. But get this.
What? Tell me.
None of them showed up.
That is rude.
None of them.
That's sad.
Showed up. Luckily, though, 39 people attended the ceremony. They were mostly strangers and online friends alongside his local member of parliament. His local member of parliament came to the fictosexual wedding.
What?
That's beautiful. That's
so
beautiful,
other freaks of nature showed up is what we're getting here.
39 of them.
His member of parliament?
Now, originally, the ficto character here was created as a Vocaloid, a synthesized voice using Yamaha's Vocaloid singing synthesizer technology.
Okay. All right.
She's since, though, been depicted in human form in manga and anime series, video games, merchandise,
See, Rob knows.
that kind of thing. Yeah.
Rob, did you get an invitation to the wedding, being that you know of? He didn't either.
He didn't get an
He's
invite?
not happy about it either, it sounds like.
That's not good.
Wow.
Bloomberg reports that Vocaloids, virtual singers, have now become a multi-billion-dollar
Of course they have. Of course they have. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Well, good luck to the happy couple.
Man, I feel
That's
old
beautiful.
and out of touch.
A fictosexual. You're in love with a fictional character. All right. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's great, right? It's ideal, really.
I mean, seriously, it's like stories like that. I think, aliens.
What do you think?
What up, aliens? Let's go. Comet, somebody, can you please?
Mm-hmm. There's a big comet that's soaring through the solar system right now. What was it? was it 80 miles wide or
okay
800
all
miles
right
wide?
I'm listening.
Yeah, with real destructive force.
Okay,
it's not going to hit us, but you never know on its next
man.
On its, when it comes back around again.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I can't wait. I mean, seriously, something's got to give. Can we please make this happen?
Also, you got to love this. The FBI has searched emails, texts, and other electronic communications of as many as 3.4 million U.S. residents without a warrant over the year since Biden took over.
Not my FBI.
Yeah, your FBI. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did.
Defund the FBI.
3,400,000 searches. God, my gosh. Without a warrant. The queries were made between December 20th and November 2021 by FBI personnel as they looked for signs of threats and terrorists within electron. They always use that excuse.
Of course.
Man, we're looking for terrorists. Okay, so you can do anything you want? Yeah, we can.
Well, don't you want to be safe?
Yeah, right?
Exactly.
Right?
It's madness.
They were, this says, legally collected under the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act.
Oh, is that the thing that's about to expire?
FISA.
Okay, yeah, let's...
According to an annual transparency report. Mm-hmm. The surge came as the FBI made a push to stop hacking attacks, but the American Civil Liberties Union called it an invasion of privacy on an enormous scale. One of the very few things the ACLU ever gets right.
Yeah, on privacy, they tend to...
Yeah, they're okay on that.
That's about their only gold star.
Today's report sheds light on the extent of these unconstitutional backdoor searches and underscores the urgency of the problem, according to Ashley Gorski. She's a senior staff attorney with the ACLU. It's past time for Congress to step in and protect Americans' Fourth Amendment rights. Shouldn't have to, right? Mm-hmm. That should go without saying that the FBI can't do that legally. You can't do it.
Madness.
That is an absolute constitutional violation. The report doesn't say the activity was illegal or even wrong, but the revelation could renew congressional and public debates over the power U.S. agencies have to collect and review intelligence information, especially data concerning individuals. In comparison, fewer than 1.3 million queries involving Americans' data were conducted between 2019 and 2020. So that's still way too many, even under Trump.
That's agreed.
Way too many.
But don't you feel safer, though, now that you know that these backdoor warrantless searches are happening of your personal information?
Let me think. No.
Oh,
no.
Okay. Also, you want terrorists to win?
No.
Oh, that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I know
That's
it is.
all I'm hearing.
But there should be some alternative here, perhaps.
Can we, honestly, is the Constitution anything other than just a word at this point?
No.
It's just a word and a history lesson.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's literally all it has become.
It's sad but true. We give it lip service sometimes, but anytime you hear Nancy Pelosi and Joe Biden talking about the U.S. Constitution, which you know they have no interest in.
Right.
None. You know it's just they use it for convenience.
Yep.
And they use it against us.
Yeah, it means that they're wanting something at that point
every
in time,
single time.
And they're going to use the language that they need to in order to get to that end.
Now, the people who really understand and mention the Constitution, like Mike Lee and Rand Paul and a few of those people, they actually mean it because they've been talking about it the whole time. And they talk about it in general with all of its values in mind. But not the Democrats. They couldn't care less. See you on Overtime coming up.
Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.